solve by simplex method, right? And the again it is a maximization problem only. We'll be also seeing the minimization problem uh, in next lecture only, because so the maximization, we have been given the objective function 4x1 plus 3x2 plus 6x3, and subject 2, we have twice of x1 plus thrice of x2 plus twice of x3 less than or equal to 440. We also have 4x1 plus thrice x3 less than or equal to 470, and then we have twice of x1 plus 5x2 less than or equal to 430. Right? We have x1 comma x2 comma x3 greater than or equal to 0. So again, if you see the numerical, it is a very standardized numerical. No, the numerical is given in the standard form. So how to identify whether the numerical is in standard form? You already know that, right? So the first condition is that x1, x2, that is the decision variable, should be non-negative. The condition is fulfilled. The next condition is that the the RHS side of the constraint should be non-negative. Again, that particular condition is also getting fulfilled. And lastly, the constraint should be expressed in the equation format. So that also we have it as of now. So the first step that we are going to do is framing the simplex problem. So framing of the simplex problems means that as of now we are going to add the slack variables, right? So maximize z is equal to 4x1 plus thrice x2 plus 6x3, right? And subject to, so twice of x1 plus thrice of x2 plus twice of x3 plus first slack variable, that is s1, and hence it will be is equal to 440. So 4x1 plus, now here it is 3x3. So what we will be writing is 0x2 plus thrice x3 plus s2 is equal to 470. Nextly, we have twice of x1 plus 5x2 plus 0x3 plus s3 is equal to 430. Now that we have considered slack variables in our constraint, so that should be also getting considered in our objective function, but it will have 0 coefficient. So it will be 0s1 plus 0s2 plus 0s3, right? So now again we have one more consideration, that is x1, x2, x3 comma s1, s2, s3 greater than or equal to 0, right? So this is how we have framed our simplex problem, and our next step will be what? The next step will be framing the initial simplex table. Initial simplex table. So again, this table will be same here as well. It will be CB, right? So you have CJ, then we have basic variables x1, x2, x3, s1, s2, and s3, right? So the coefficient of the variables in the objective function can be written as it was 4, it is 3, it is 6, it is 0, 0 and 0. We also have one more column here which will be devoted for the solution. Now the basic no the it is the initial simplex table, right? So the variables that we are going to consider initially will be what? It will be S1, S2 and S3, right? So here it will be S1, nextly it will be S2, and then we'll be having the table S3. Right. Similarly, the coefficients of the basic variables are 0, 0 and 0. And now we are going to represent the equation in the initial simplex table. So right. So first constraint that we have is twice x1, thrice x2, twice of x3, s1. Then you have 0 s2 and 0 s3, and the value here is 440. Similarly, if we go for a second constraint, so we have 4x1, 0 s2, thrice of x3, 0 s1, s2 plus 0 s3, right? And here we have it as 470, right? S3 also you can put here. So twice of x1, 5x2, 0 x3, so it will be 0 0 1, and here it will be 430, right? So this is the first step. Now what we are going to do here is we have already seen, so we are going to find out zj. So zj value is 0 into 2 plus 0 into 4 plus 0 into 2 is equal to 0. So as the coefficient of the basic variables are 0, so we are not going to waste the time as of now. So here the values will be all across this, the values will lie as a 0 only, right? So the next step is finding out Cj minus Zj. So we have to find out Cj minus Zj. So for finding out Cj minus Zj, so it will be 4 minus 0 is 4, 3 minus 0 is 3, 6 minus 0 is 6, 0 minus 0 is 0, 0 minus 0 is 0, and 0 minus 0 is 0, right? So now we have to check whether this solution that we have got is optimal or not. Is it optimal? No, we are going to check. So it is a maximization problem. So all Cj minus Zj values should be less than or equal to 0. But here if you see, all Cj minus Zj values are not less than or equal to 0. Hence we'll have to iterate further. So when we are going to iterate further, we'll be needing the key row, key column, and the key element, right? So now here, as it is a maximization problem, the key column can be identified by the maximum value amongst the values of Cj minus Zj. So here the maximum value that we have is 6. So let's put a arrow here. So that is the entering variable, and now we are going to mark this particular column. So this is your key column, right? So now we'll be identifying the we are going to identify the leaving variable with the help of the ratio, right? So here 440 divided by 2, right? So this 440 divided by 2 will be equal to 220. Nextly, we have 470 divided by 3, so 470 by 3, and nextly we have 430 here, right? So 430, sorry, is it 430 or something else? No, it won't be 430 divided by 0, no? So it will be infinity, right? So it will be infinity. So you can write infinity here. So I've written infinity, right? So now amongst all these three ratio value, which is the minimum value? 220, 470 by 3 and infinity. So 470 by 3 is the least, the smallest value. So I'll be marking this. This is our leaving variable, and what we are going to do is we are also going to mark this row properly. So this is our key row. So we have identified key row, we have identified key column, and we have also identified the key element. Here the key element is what? Here the key element is 3, right? So now what we have to do is we have to iterate further, right? So we are going to go for the iteration 1, right? So just to avoid the confusion, what I will be doing is I'll be again drawing this initial simplex table, and then we'll be moving ahead with iteration 1. So just a second, uh, let me draw this table again. Right, so it was 436,000, and it was x1, x2, x3, s1, s2, and s3. Right, so there were two more columns here. It was solution and it was ratio. Right, so we had three variables. Sorry, there were three variables. And so this was the entering variable, which is x3, right? And this was our leaving variable, which is s2. Right, so let's iterate further. Iteration 1. When we are going to do iteration 1, we'll have to reconstruct this table again, and there will be the new values in it. Right, so here it will be CV. Right, so it is S1. Here it will be x3, and here it will be s2. Right, so the variables are 0, 0 here, and x3 is 6. Right, so moving ahead, So let's fill up firstly the key row, because key row is very important and it is very easy. So if you remember, the new elements in the key rows or the new values in the key rows will be what? It will be the old values divided by the key element. So here it will be what? It will be 4 divided by 3. So it will be 4 by 3. It will be 0 divided by 3, hence it will be 0. It will be 3 divided by 3, hence it will be 1. 0 divided by 3, hence it will be 0. 1 divided by 3, hence it will be what? It will be 1 by 3. And nextly, we have 0 divided by 3. So again 0. On here, it will be 470 divided by 3. Right? So now let's move with no, the other two rows. So no, the previous calculations I've already told you. So now you must be you must practice it and get acquainted to it very fast, because in examination you don't have to write all these calculations. There is no meaning in writing, right? So if you do it fastly, then it is okay. So now here, what is the case here? Let's do it for our first row, that is for S1 variables. So the new values that will be there, so it will be 4 into 2, that is 8. 2 minus 8 divided by 3, and if we do so, so the value comes out to be minus 2 by 3, right? For the second value, it will be 0 into 2 divided by 3, that is 0 only. So 3 minus 0 is 3. In our third step, it will be 2 minus 2 into 3 divided by 3. So it will be 2 minus 2, and it will be equal to 0. Nextly, it will be sorry, just a minute. 1 minus 2 into, just a second, it will be, yeah, it will be 1 minus 2 into 0 divided by 3, and it will be again 1 only. Nextly, it will be 0 minus 2 by 1 divided by 3, so it will be minus 2 by 3. Nextly, if we go, it will be 0 minus 0 into 2 divided by 3, hence it will be 0. And if we have to do it for the lastly, that is 440, so it will be 470 into 2 divided by 3. Sorry, it will be 440 minus 470 into 2 divided by 3. And if you do the calculation, it will be coming out to be 380 divided by 3. Right. Similarly, in case of S2, it will be 4 into it will be 2 minus 4 into 0 divided by 3. So it will be, the value will remain same as it was 0. Yeah. So most of the values will remain same only. So nextly, it will be 5 minus 0 into 0 divided by 3. So the value will be 5 only. Nextly, it will be 0 minus 0 into 3 divided by 3, and hence it will be 0. Nextly, it will be 0 minus 0 into 0 divided by 3. So it will be again 0 only. Nextly, it will be 0 minus 1 into 0 divided by 3. Hence it will be again 0 only. Nextly, it will be 1 minus 0 into 0 divided by 3. So hence it will be equal to 1. And lastly, we have 430. Right. So just a second. Did we did the okay, let's finish first this. So it will be 430 minus 470 into 0 divided by 3. So hence it will be 430 only. Did we this particular calculation, I guess, is wrong that we did. So here it is 440 minus, no, it is right, yeah, 440 minus 470. Yeah, it is right. 380 by 3, 470 by 3, and it is 430. Let's now find out the Zj values first. So the Zj value will be 0 into minus 2 by 3 plus 6 into 4 by 3 plus 0 into 2. So 6 into 4 by 3 means 24 divided by 3, and it is equal to 8. Next it will be 0 into 3 plus 6 into 0 plus 0 into 0 into 5, so it will be 0 only. Next it will be 0 into 0 plus 6 into 1 plus 0 into 0, so the answer will be 6. Next it will be 0 into 0, 6 into 0, 0 into 0, the answer will be again 0. Next it will be 0 into minus 2 by 3 plus 6 into 1 by 3 plus 0 into 0. So here it is 6 into 1 by 3. So 6 divided by 3, the answer will be 2. And here it will be 0 into 0 plus 6 into 0. Yeah, the answer will be here will be 0 only. So we have to identify Cj minus Zj now. So 4 minus 8 will be equal to minus 4. So we have 3 minus 0. Okay, it is 3. 6 minus 6 is 0. 0 minus 0 is 0. 0 minus 2 is minus 2. And 0 minus 0 is 0. So what happened here again? All Cj minus Zj values are not less than or equal to 0. Hence, what we'll have to do is iterate further. Hence, we'll have to iterate further. So when we'll have to iterate further, we'll have to identify key column, then key row, and then key element. So the key row that the key element that we have is maximum amount upon maximum amongst the Cj minus Zj value. So that is this particular value only. So it is 3, and you will be putting this key column, right? Marking this as a key column. Then we'll have to frame out another column which will be denoting the ratio, right? So the ratio here will be 380 by 3 divided by 3. So it will be 380 by 9. 380 by 9. So here 470 by 3, 470 by 3, then divided by 0. So anything divided by 0 is infinity. So we are going to write it as infinity. And lastly it is 430 divided by 5. So 430 divided by 5 will be equal to 86, right? So this is the case that we have got. So amongst this, which is the lower value, if we do 380 by 9 is equal to how much? How much is 380 by 9? Just a second, let me do it on calculator. 380 by 9 is 42.22, and then we have 86. So 42.22 is definitely small, and hence this is acting as a leaving variable. So this entire column will act as a what? It will be acting as a key row. And again, the key element that we have here is again is 3, right? So the key element that we have here is 3. The key row and key column has been identified. So the leaving variable here is which one? The leaving variable here is S1, and the entering variable here is which one? It is X2, right? So we'll have to move for the iteration number 2. So just give me a few more seconds so that I can write the iteration 1 table again, so that we can frame out the iteration 2 table, right? So x1, x2, x3, s1, s2, s3. So 0, 0, 0. Here we have 4, 3, 6. Here it is CB. Here we have solution. Right. So there will be 3 variables. 1, 2, and 3. So the entering variable that was x2 and the leaving variable was s1. So sorry, I'm no, repeating the first table only. Okay, doesn't matter. So 0 s1, 6 x3 and 0 s2 minus 2 by 3, 301 minus 2 by 3, that is 0, 380 by 3. Here there was one more table that we had earlier, which was related with ratio. So it was 380 by 9. So here it was 4 by 3. We have 0, 1, 0, 1 by 3, 0, 470 by, it is 470 by 3, and here it is infinity, right? So here it is 250,001. Here it was 430 and here it was 86. So here we had zj as 806,020, and cj minus zj was minus 430 minus 20, and right. So here we have identified this as the key column and this as key row, right? So this much we have completed, and we have got a sense that the entering variable is x2 and the leaving variable is s1. So iteration 2 that we need to do, we are going to perform. So here we had columns cp x1, x2, x3, s1, s2, s. Okay, just I'll be writing this here because I forgot to write it there. Doesn't matter. Will that create a confusion for you? I hopefully think it won't be creating any confusion, because if I'm again repeating the table, it will be the waste of time for you all. So just by mistake, I have written Cj and basic variables here. So the entering variable, the leaving variable, we have S1, and the entering variable we have is X2. So I'll be writing X2 here. X3 is already there, and no, then we already have no S2 here. So S2 is there. Coefficients of them I will be writing here. The coefficient of X2 is 3, 6, and 0 here. So this is CB. Here it is 4, 3, 6. 0, 0, 0. By mistake, I've just written this column here. I think you don't mind, and you won't create a confusion for yourself, right? So now the key column, so the key row here is minus 2 by 3. This first row, and no, we have key element as 3. So the new values will be what? The previous values divided by 3. So here we previous value, the new values will be what? It will be minus 2 divided by minus 2 by 3 divided by 3. It will be minus 2 by 9. Similarly, no, it will be 3 divided by 3, that is 1, 0 divided by 3, that is 0, 1 divided by 3, that is 1 by 3, minus 2 by 3 divided by 3, minus 2 by 9, and it is 0 divided by 3, that means it will be 0. Now that we have other non-key rows, so non-key rows are to be filled with the help of the formula that we have decided. So that is a new value minus corresponding key column value into key corresponding key row value divided by key element. So here we have to have that particular sense. So here what will be the value? The formula can be given as 4 by 3 minus 2 by 3 into 0 divided by 3. So the answer will remain, the value will remain same, because there was a 0, so it will be 4 by 3 only. For 0, for the next value, it will be 0 minus 0 into 3 divided by 3, so it will be again equal to 0. Nextly, it will be 1 minus 1 minus 0 into 1 minus 0 into 0 divided by 3, and hence the value will be 1. Nextly, it will be 0 minus 1 in 0 minus 1 into 0 divided by 3, so hence the value will be here will be 0 only. Nextly, it is 1 by 3 minus 1 by 3 minus 2 by 3 into 0 divided by 3. Right, it was 0 at the other end, so it will be 1 by 3 only. So here it will be 0 0 minus 0 into 0 divided by 3. So here it will be 0 only. So did we forget to put the solution value here? So it will be no, previously it was 380 divided by 3. 380 by 3 divided by 3, it will be 380 by 9, right? So forgot to write here. So again, for the second one, according to the formula, 470 by 3 minus 380 by 3 into 0 divided by 3. So again, it will be coming out to be 470 by 3 only, right? Similarly, if you go ahead with the third row, the values can be given as, first value is 2 minus 2 by 3 into 5 divided by 3. So if we do the equation, you will be getting calculation, you will be getting the value as 28 by 9. Nextly, it is 5 into 5 minus 5 into 3 divided by 3. So the answer again will be 5 only, because 15 by 3 is 5, and 5 minus 5 will be equal to 0. Nextly, we have 0 minus 5 into 0 divided by 3. So the answer will be again 0 only. So here we have 0 minus 1 by 5 divided by 3, and the answer will be minus 5 by 3. Right. So nextly, we have 0 minus 2 by 3 into 5 divided by 3, and the answer will be coming as 10 by 9. And lastly, we have 1 minus 0 into 5 divided by 3. So the answer will be 1 minus 0, that is equal to 1. Similarly, here we have the solution as 430. So 430 minus 380 by 3 into 5 divided by 3. So if we do the calculation, the answer will be 1970 divided by 9. So here what we'll have to do is we have to find out now Zj values. So Zj value will be 3 into 1 plus 6 into 0 plus 0 into 0. So 3 into 1 will be equal to 3. Have I written it properly? No. Sorry. So here it is 3 into minus 2 by 9. I did it for the second column. So 3 into minus 2 by 9, 6 into 4 by plus 6 into 4 by 3. So that will be equal to 22 by 3. Sorry. Next let is 3 into 0 plus 6 into 1 plus 0 into 0 will come out to be 6. Next let is 3 into 1 by 3. So that is equal to 3 only. And 6 into 0 and 0 into, yeah. So the answer here will be the answer that you get here is 1. Nextly, if you do all this calculation, your answers will be like this. Here it will be getting 0. Here we get 3200 divided by 3. So you can move ahead and find out Cj minus Zj. So 4 minus 22 by 3 comes out to be minus 10 by 3. So 6 minus 6 is 0. 0 minus 1 is minus 1. Here it is minus 4 by 3, and 0 minus 0 is 0. So now if you see, the all Cj minus Zj values are less than or equal to 0, hence optimal solution. Hence we have got the optimal solution. So if we try to write the answer here. No, the answer here will be what? What is the value of x1? X1 is equal to 0 because x1 is not amongst the the basic variable. So x1 is equal to 0. What is the value of x2? The value of x2 comes out to be 380 by 9. 380 by 9. The value of x3 comes out to be how much? It comes out to be 470 by 3. Right? 470 by 3. And the value of z max. Z max is equal to what? It will be equal to 3200 by 3. So that finishes our answer which we have started the numerical with.